guys, this is just for the Discord group. I know I've not done any long-term analysis on YouTube. I've been very busy again since I've been back. But I just want to do a bit of an analysis with some of the lessons, if not nearly all of them, that I've put on the YouTube lessons inside the Discord group. It's early in the morning, so bear with me. Just about to shoot off to the gym. So this is just for a little video for the Discord group, Bananas. What I'm looking at, I know gold might possibly be turning counter trend. Definitely opportunities to possibly go long, but it's still early. And the way I look at it is also a bit of correlation. We'll talk more about that in other videos. But I'm going to do a quick top-down analysis on the euro. We've got the monthly. You've got to remember the combination of time frames, the monthly, daily. So what have we got here? We've got red candles down at the moment. Forget about analysing supply and demand. We've got red candles down. So when we're talking confirmation, which is what I'm trying to focus a little bit on, I'm still aggressive at times. I can't help myself because I find opportunities. I've had good winners and some losses this week. I can't post everything. I still caught some shorts and longs short term. But only when I'm looking on my phone when I get a bit of time. So I'm not too worried about that. The long-term stuff, the long-term trading, you have to be patient. We have to wait for the right setups. I mean, I took some losses in the long-term trading last month, the month before. But if I would have been in them and they're working, I'd be holding, still be holding. That's the sort of trading Bananas likes to do as well. So look at the candles. At this moment, kind of mid-term, we are down on candles. Combination, monthly, daily, roughly. Remember the combination, this is another lesson now. This is a lesson, is that is your combo structure on the euro. It's not even this supply level, because that supply level was taken out. That supply level was taken out. These supply levels were taken out. Price still fucking dropped. It's and that didn't close above. That didn't close above. So what we're looking for really is strong moves up in this area, which created wicky scenarios, or it closed up, didn't close above, and then we're looking for the drop. So there's an ABE still on the daily to be had, okay, which means price could drop from there all the way back down again. Until we close above this, there's not a change in that monthly. I think someone pointed a change of character. I just, you could use a change of character on the monthly candles, for example. If we get a daily close like this, then we're starting to change that monthly candlestick character. And that's what you're looking for if we was inside a monthly demand. But we are at the bottom of a range here. So there is room for this to come back up again. But at the same time, this little bit of demand is getting closed below. So there might not be a lot of room. But if you was to trade kind of mid-term, short, mid, slightly long, and you're looking to catch some pips to the upside, you want to be going with the monthly/daily. The monthly/daily candle, not the monthly overall direction. So if you get a close up here, there might be a big fucking range here on monthly before break lower or break higher. You see the same patterns over and over again. You might get flag patterns. This is why I like looking at patterns. You might get this though. So you start to break. Think of it this way. If we're looking to short here, whether it's trend or counter trend, and you've got that going up at the moment, also from the very bottom here, we kept having to alter, and then suddenly you break and close here in a range. I'll be watching that, because this is the range, and then that's the real change of character. Now, if we look at the monthly candlesticks in that area, and I want to enlarge this. So that area, what we were talking about, which is here, so coming up and changing, I believe, this little area here, I will double check the time. So we look at the date, round about the 3rd and 4th of 2023 here. So 3rd and 4th, so that March and April here, coming up. This is what happens. Boom. And this is what you're waiting for, that changing character on these candles. That was the change. There's the bit of a range of the two highs. So if we come into the daily again, just to show you, and let's get the date up here. Look, you'll see this is the 4th, and this is the 3rd at the bottom. If we come down to the bottom here, it's March April. So this was the early warning sign here, the break. As soon as you had a close below, we didn't take out demand, but it was an early warning sign. That is a double top for me. Okay, I like those. It's not even that aggressive. You might not be removed. You might not have removed demand, but you've now created a double top, a range. Okay, double tops for me, a range, possibly reversal there, or a break and continuation, and maybe the pull back to demand. But this is what happened. Then, if you want to confirm, get this in. Just wait. You know, you've got to wait days, another week or so, and then suddenly you've got that drop, base, drop. Now, you might think, well, I've missed the fucking turn. I understand that. That's confirmation. But now you start shorting. You start shorting. Now we're looking at daily candles down, or even weekly candles down from that area. So you're looking at the weekly candles. The weeklies close. Trade these weeks. I know the next week I want to short. The next week I want to short. Next week I want to short until we start breaking here. And then you'll be, oh, I might want to go long now. But then you've got to watch, again, the monthly daily. So this was that move down after the break above. This is what we got, if I believe. Is that the right time? No. Let's reduce it. I don't like bouncing around too much. I've gone too far. We're on the monthly. So we're looking at this area. Sorry, I'm thinking this was the weekly. So in this area, what it changed here, this change of character here on the monthly daily. So we looked at that short I was just showing you about. That's the change of character. What changed in here? What is the change of character of this monthly? It might be the 240. So if we look at the weekly candles, this is what was happening here. The weekly candles. What changed here? Let's go down to the daily. What are we going to use? What changed here? Let me draw some trend lines. You can start to see. This is the overall up trend. From that pivot here is an A, B, and it's still a potential E, where I'll be looking for aggressive shorts here to catch targets here. That's how the aggressiveness works for me. And if I'm stopped out, I'm stopped out. Fuck it, it's not working. It doesn't matter. It's changing. I understand. Change of character, if you want to call it. And a guy in here was telling me, which is quite a good explanation for that. So then we've got to close above the trend line and just above that level, and then we're in control here. So we know the monthly candle is starting to change there because the daily downtrend, and in fact we could even look at this here. That's really going to give us the early warning signs. It's kind of like confirmation aggressive, because you've got this, because we know we've got an outside ABE still to get through, but I look at that as areas to be attacked. So if you was to break here and close, we've got double bottom areas attacking the trend line, okay, after an ABE happened, you know. So you've had A, B, short, but a break of here, start to look for longs. This is already changing to a range. It's a range. You can see you've got that sort of thing happening since the highs and lows. And then we've got the low here, or that afterwards. You know, you can start to see, you've got to expect that this is now a range, like inside candles. I don't know if that's going to be inside on the weekly. As we come down, we've got an inside green candle here on the weekly. That's what it is. That's all the range is. It's just, I'm trying to group them together. Trending, range on the combination time frames. You understand them when prices in pause, where you're going to get fucking chopped about, and that's where I'm looking for my fake outs and my reverse. You know, I get some very good high reward, low risk trades like that, and I have plenty of losses. You know, I cannot post them all, but just ask yourself, does this fucking make sense? You'll understand the psychology, and just being able to be around to trade it makes the difference. So, and the only way I sometimes do it is record my data and then show you, look, loss, big winner, and I put it on there. I've done it a few times. Go back and have a look, but I'm not going to keep fucking doing it. I don't have time to. You can't show, unless you follow me 100%, you can't see how I'm making profits. So with that said, we're looking at this now, monthly, weekly down, weekly candles are down, the daily is down. Where would be the change of character? The first change of character, I mean, like from here, if we was looking, was that. But that was just the range. Pause. There was no closes above, but that was a change here already. We didn't have this trend line drawn. This could have been turning right here, and then it broke. Where did it break? here. Same support and resistance. Understand the support and resistance works as well, but I try to use it in a supply and demand context to keep my rules around that, not just taking every fucking support and resistance. And then price drops. So we had to draw the trend line from this high, come down. There was an ABE. There was actually an ABE here that failed, faked out. A, B, see, A at the top, B, E, closed above it. This was an attack on that trend line, a potential change of character. So after this, I'd be looking for longs, but there could have been a pullback for a double bottom here, and it failed. What it broke, when it fails that change of character, that is the area. What was supply, or what was demand becomes supply. Price retraced back up. So then I know I'm looking for shorts. But above here, I was starting to look for longs because of that close above the trend line. It didn't remove this, but it removed this supply. So I'd have been looking for longs there. So I'd have been taking some losses. And then it dropped lower, you know, until we've now done an A, B, E. Yeah, so we got an E. So now I know bigger picture slightly. The combination is between a daily and a weekly. But I didn't get that information until I took my losses. You know, that's just the way it is. I would have been reading price action down here. I'm not saying I did take those trades. I'm just saying that's how I'm looking at price action. So now we've got this. Yes, you could start to be aggressive and try and look for shorts, and hopefully it does that. It's on a hope. I only have targets when I see patterns. There is no pattern for me to go long. But if we did start to turn, I start to look where my solid body candles are on that monthly, that we could potentially reach there. Then I do the same on the weekly, and then I do the same on the daily. So I'm breaking down my counter trend targets. You can do that even going with the trend, but when I've got a pattern, I tend to go for the big fuck off target, get in low, hold it, and then I don't have to worry about it. I can walk away from the screen for days, weeks or months on that particular trade. It's amazing. So at the moment, the daily candles are up. The daily candles are up. So what is the structure on the daily candles? You know, so when you're looking at the pullback, the daily could be the 240, could be the 60. So I've got this 60 on the euro at the moment. And where was the first change? Well, we've not really put a pivot in, but the first move up was this, which was probably a 30 minute up here. Can you see that? So that was the first kind of confirmation to short, which is still holding at the moment. That is the level. Because we broke demand. And that was the structure. That is even a 15 minute. Okay, but it doesn't go with a daily so well. But, you know, nevertheless, if price is going to move really quickly, can you see it here? So we're looking now at that, you know, the daily candles moving up is that as well. You know, that's what's been happening. So we got the daily, the daily candles starting to change here from red to green. I'll go back to the daily. From red to green. And then we've got this, yesterday was that green candle, which was a 15 minute fucking structure, not a 60. You've got to look at it. And initially, which I did have a little short, was that it was so aggressive as it moved up. I looked down on the 5 minute. I took a loss, and then it moved up, and then I was looking at potential going with the counter trend on that daily overall trend, but with the daily candle, which was this 15 minute. You know, you've got to look at both ways here. So now I'm looking at shorts. This is that 60 minute close below now, 30 minute, whatever. There's the break. Look at that big level. What is holding? It's the same place. It's holding there. Now, having said that, doesn't mean price is going to fucking reverse there. Look, let's come back out to the 240 here. I want to do this from this pivot to here, because that's a change from previous structure here. That's what we've got as a change. We even had this down here. Okay, then price changed, and then the break up here, price changed, and now we've got this downward movement. We've even got one from here to here. I'll come into that in a moment. There's the 240. I look for my big moves from this sort of area. Okay, if price reaches there, all right, forget about even left. We're talking about confirmation here. Don't care about trying to take aggressive shorts by putting a set and forget. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm going to leave that alone. I think that's where I go overboard and people just don't, you know, they get confused. Let's wait for some change of structure. That happens, and there's my target down here. Now, you could get in up here and have a 10 to 1 down here, or you could wait for a change and fucking hell, just have a 2 to 1. Put your stop above, because if you get stopped out, change your character. Change. Something's changing. Don't trade it. Take the loss. You know, like a robot. But this is what we want to do: is get the lowest risk. So up here, if price spikes, what's that going to show me on my lower time frames? First of all, and I'm going to put that trend. I'm going to do a 60-minute trend line here. First of all, we've got this right here. I think that 240. That is the 240. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that is a 240. We could go back. No, that is it. That's all we got, which is great. Nice and clear. A, B, E in that area. What if price rallies though? I'm projecting it. That's my change. So let it grind up here. Even if it's today, it is Thursday. And then Friday, there might be a whopping break. Or it may be attacking. Now, when it's an ABE, attacking and trying to break out from them is kind of a bit iffy. I think we're probably going to go into a long-term range because it's too early to break out, in my opinion. Not saying it won't happen, but from my experience. But that's what we've got to read. We've got to read what price is. But if you keep reading what price is on the lower time frames and you're unaware of what's happening on the bigger time frames, you just get stopped out little win, stopped out little win. You know, and you're just trading for fucking to break even or slowly losing your money. Done it many, many times. I pick and choose my battles. And this could be a B, yeah? But that's what we've got if we make a higher high. But we have not made a higher high. So this is what's happened. Well, is that initially what's happened? Okay? That trend, that's all we've got at the moment. We have not made a higher high on this 60. So price may well turn today here. It might not reach that ABE. But I understand why. So I will watch. But if this stays crawling along in this 60/30 minute range and it reaches that trend line touch here, there's a potential for a break or slight fake because we're in a range. Well, if you're in a range, expect the fake outs a little bit. So there might be a boop. Everyone's starting to buy on board. What are the big guys doing? Phasing the breakout. Or they're the ones making the breakout. We don't know. We don't fucking know, but I know that when I get here, I'm going to look for shorts, but I'm going to be aware of fake out. So if I take one loss, I will watch the small structure on this move up. This could be a 60-minute big candle up on a 1-minute chart, creating that up structure and a breakdown. I'm taking it again. Now, if I have 2 losses, fine. Fine. I've taken 2 losses. But if I catch that winner down here, that is about a 30 to 1. Okay, so I get excited where I know there's fakes and breaks because I know what I'm looking for. Am I right all the time? No. I'm playing a probability on betting on horses that are going to give me 30 or 50 to 1 with a 50-50 chance of working. That's the difference. Or maybe a 30% chance of working. Who gives maybe a fucking 15 or 20% chance of working? But the probability of when I hit that target of being a 30 to 1 trade, a 50 to 1 trade is very, very high like that. If you want to be in confirmation, let all this break and close, which I put in a Discord group, then you can start to trade down, but you're diddling in the middle bit. So you've got to take multiple targets. If I get in up here, I take one fucking target. When price moves to 50%, then my stop goes to break even. And then price moves to 80%, my stop goes to 50% because I'm expecting it to reach that target by then. If things change, something's changing. Change your character again, whatever you want to call it. So what we've got here is this. So I'm looking, play the range. I said to Bananas with gold, play the range at the moment because gold could potentially break up, but it's very fucking aggressive to know that yet. You're thinking like me, Bananas. You are thinking like me. You're looking at opportunities now on gold in many, many different aspects. Absolutely brilliant. But it will fuck around with your psychology, trust me. Which is why there's Discord groups here. Come back. Fuck off, go away. Come back and understand. Actually, what I'm saying makes perfect sense. It's just understand. It's not reading music. It's just understanding it. Does it mean you can just make money fucking left, right and centre every day and every week? No, of course not. Of course it doesn't. But that's trading. If trading was easy and it was even easy like this, don't you think the banks and institutions understand this? Why they're not, making 100, 200, 300% a year? They make about 15% because some traders, the psychology, it's only the psychology that's holding us back. Right, so we're in here. Let's see if we can break now because I'm not going to trade this until we start taking out the lows or we reach my ABE area. Okay, so that could be tomorrow. It could spike up today. Watch the move up. And then remember, if it moves up, I've really got to get through this, but this is going to be an attacking trend line now. I'm not looking to buy here against the higher time frame. So I'm looking at it as a trend line that's going to be attacked. So a magnet. So rally up, I want it to attack here, and I want to watch very carefully. Maybe I close part of my position. I might close part of my position. I normally don't do that. I'll run to here, but I might do if I see that this is starting to react. But what might happen is it reacts, and then what I do is I add back to my position up here. And then I wait again, and then I remove half my position, but now I've still got my full position back on. And then I wait for the break, and then if it comes up, at least I've absorbed some of my losses, and I'm controlling adding to my position in a methodical method. Okay, that's just me. Okay, I can't teach all that in like lessons. It's difficult, but I'm trying to get you to understand. And when you try to show stuff, price is not always doing what it should do. You know, it changes, and I skip a little bit. I go too quick because I get impatient, because I'm, you know, I don't know any other way of doing it. So let's see if we rally up to here. Let's see if it grinds to here. If it grinds, what's it done? Grinded through this, which hasn't made a high anyway, but it's grinded through the whatever pattern. It would be more like this then we're looking at. So we're getting some kind of chart pattern, especially if we don't make a higher high from here. We've got this. This is what I also can see, but technically it is a range. Okay, we want to look at that area. It really, its entirety is that. Okay, but that's the downward move. These are the levels here that are breaking highs. That's all I'm looking at. What's breaking highs? I'm looking inside the structure. So I'm watching that. So if we get below here, then I don't know, price might just drop, mightn't it? It might drop every 60 minutes. I'm watching the structure down to get on board that. Go with the trend. If the structure breaks, I have to reset, look, analyze, do all this on the 1 minute and the 15 and so forth. That's me. Okay, that's it, guys. Just wanted to point that out. I will take a very quick look at the gold just for bananas. If anybody wants to continue watching. Let's just have a look at gold. So, analysis might help you break it down a little bit. Let's start from the monthly. What have we got? Big fuck off range. Now we know this is the big pattern analysis. We got that range. There's the ABE. So I would be holding till down there. Okay, which means then you're looking to go long here. Fine, diddling in the middle a bit, but let's move down the time frames. We can do that. Shorter term trading. Don't try and short here to go for that, because if I'm in up here, this could do this for about a year and then come down here in 2024, 2025. Okay, that's what we're talking about on that big picture. Let's look at the candles. What we got? Down candles. Let's look at the weekly candles. Down candles. Let's look at the daily. Daily's got down candles. Okay, yes, there could be a bounce up. We're going to go against the monthly. We're going to go against the weekly candles. First of all, think about the candles. Where are we on the weekly? We're into a form of, definitely, this is still demand, chaps. But is it a demand where I'd buy here and come all the way up here? No, or maybe counter trend to this sort of area. These are clean candles, because then price tends to move back up into this area. So there are targets, a counter trend, and I don't really want to get into counter trend, but with Mananas now, so he's moving on a bit. But there we go, there's counter trend. It could, but what counter trend might do is come up, grind up here, and then drop. So then we have to manage the trade up, or take parts of position, manage. When we got the breakdown, we know to rejoin the downtrend, expecting this to break. Okay, this is not original because it touched this area. It's only a fresh level. I don't really pay any attention to these so much, because that was my ABE area here. If I'd have been buying, it would have been here, which price did react and then drop. And what was an ABE, what was a bit of a demand area, becomes supply area, and prices dropped. You know, the usual typical technical analysis, which everybody kind of mostly understands. So we're in here. Now I'm thinking, yeah, you're going to get some reaction in here. Let's watch what reaction that is on the lower time frame. And then we can work out, are we going to take it a little bit long for a bit, just before we catch this downward move? And remember, just because I draw ABEs doesn't mean that you can't, even if it's had multiple touches, it doesn't mean you're starting to look for breaks the other way. You can have A, B, E, C, D, you know, E, F, G, H, whatever. It might not reach it, might drop, might change trajectory even stronger. All I know is that is my cut-off point. Okay, so I want to be shorting anything under there. There's an A, there's a B, there's an E. Does price always retrace to the E? Maybe the E, it retraces, grinds over here. That's why counter trend, you've got to be, you know, I wouldn't have that as my big goal. Do you know what I mean? I'd be managing it. So let's have a look now. So we know that. We know the daily's down. So this could be a drop, base drop, base drop. It could be the reversal. But we need to look at what's going on in the 240. We can see, first of all, daily inside candles now, yeah? So we now, the 240 ranging, the 60s ranging. The 240 gives us a bit bigger picture of that range. Same as the euro. We need to get in some lessons as well, chaps. If anyone's still listening, then I know you're fucking keen. I know you understand. We need to get some live stuff going and talk about it. You know, price is always changing. This is why, you know, you've got to adapt with the price. You can't just be locked, super glued in your head. I'm only short. Oh no, keep short and keep short. No. You've got to go with it. And then what happens when you go for the stage, and it still happens with me, that you're going long, then price does go short, you follow short, then long, and you still get chopped about. It happens. Then I've analysed that and realised what's going on, which is why I've created these rules to ease the losses. So this is what we've got. So if you want to go up to here, and there's a change of character into a range, I mean, this could be a drop, base, drop. If I was looking at that flag, this big move down, we're going to close here. You know, there's a strong potential drop still like this. This was a little range inside candles here, and then boom, and then price come up and boom. So that's what can happen. Now, that is all I would see. If we start to close above, then we've got, let's look at the structure first of all from here to here. This is what we've got to be careful of. That is the downtrend that we're talking about, okay? But if you want to look at what's going on more recently, let's take it from there to there. That's what I'll be careful of. If we can get above, and there's a fantastic short for long, but everybody might be watching this, as in professional traders like us, okay? They're watching this, so they're thinking, right, I'm Barclays. How am I going to fuck up HSBC this time? I know I've got the backing of McDonald's behind me. I've got fucking British Airways. They're working with my bank. They want to convert money from euros or gold into gold or whatever. You know, it doesn't matter what. I'll be looking at a country maybe. They're asking. Then therefore, this is definitely going to break. So I'm going to go long and take all fucking HSBC's money this month. Next month, they'll take it back with another trade. Okay? They're playing tennis, and they're sucking all the money out of the retail traders. So we come up to here, and it closes above. I want to look at the structure here, okay? Because we might have, let's go down to a 30 for a minute. Reduce these candles. And so let's just say price comes up now, up to this area, and creates a little pullback and keeps going and closes above. And we've got a nice, let's do it like that. We've got a trend line like this, and we come above. We've got this to lean on to go long. When that breaks, then we've got to sit patiently because we haven't created anything else to the upside. In fact, it's changing. It could be faking out. So then what might happen is, well, we might have this in because there is a little AB here. Price, let me get my drawing tool. I really want to get this home. Let me open up my Epic pen here. Let me get this home to you. So you might have this kind of move, and then definitely breaks out. Then we're looking for the pullback on a breakout trade, boom. And then you've got this trend line like from here, that's beautifully up. We want to be above that trend line to go long. If it breaks that, we've still got this to lean on. This is still telling us we're still long, okay? But it could be that fake out. So I've got to play both analogies in my head. If it's a fake out, I want to take off some of my position here, yeah? So I've broken here. Okay, just for example, we've gone long, we've got stopped out, we've shorted here, it's pulled back, it comes down. I want to take some of my position off here, and I'm watching very carefully. If it goes below that, this structure's changed. Then when it pulls back, I'm going to add because I've got a double top. I don't know what happened there. Let me change that back. Get off. So what we've got then is a double top in that fake out area. Now we are above, but then we could have that, and then we've got that kind of where we got sort of that structure, then it will pull up, drop, and then we've got that. So we've got to use the most recent structure to get in like here, but we've got to also observe the overall structure. Until that breaks, we won't know that we're shorting. So the confirmation is this, waiting for that, but you might not get it. So you have to get on board on the little breakout. Remember I was talking about the breakout, and then you're going to manage that differently. and so forth. So depending on how you get into the trade determines your trade management. So now you can't oh God, what's the word I'm trying to do? How can I say it? You're trying to you're trying to put it in a structure, a bit like a flow chart. So that what strategy am I using here? Okay, my trade management's this, but what I'm also looking for is that strategy. If it does this, it's a double top, then I can use that trade management. So let me add to the position and then take off part of position and so forth. Okay, I don't want to confuse you. I'm just talking generally. This is how my brain's working. So you've got all this going on. Let me clean this up. Now, from here, overall, that might just, and we've got that trend line that's coming down here somewhere, just go up like this. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we're so far away from this that I've got fantastic first target, or when I'll take some of my position off. And I've got in at such a low risk if I see a break up here, especially if we get the little pullback. Boom. You know, and if you start to create an ABE, then you've got this. Boom. Yeah. If it starts to break and you're at this area, then we've got the breakout. Boom. You know, then if that comes back and stops you out and does that, then you've got the ABE that way, or the big ABE. You know, that's the way it works, and you're building, and you've got to follow price to see that happening. So let's just say we did come up and it comes down. Target 1 to here if you want to be safe in this area, and then once it breaks, boom, target 2 is going to be near the lows. You might take off 33% here as well, and then if it comes up, you might even have an ABE. So when you come back up, you add to the position again. Boom. If you get stopped out, take the whole lot, take it off, everything off. But if you don't, you've added to it, and you might break the lows, and then we start to come back from the 30 to the 4 hour. We start attacking the lows, we break out, fake out, maybe you take off part of your position there, then you add it again, and that's how you build up position. That's how position traders work. Okay, they've got the multiple ways of dealing with it that I'm explaining in the videos. That's it, guys. I've really got to fuck off to the gym. I want to have one more cigarette and then I'm off. Hope that makes sense. Just for the Discord group, I'll upload that now. See you soon.